Nintendogs is a 2005 video game developed and published by Nintendo exclusively for the Nintendo DS. The game revolves around taking care of and adopting a virtual puppy, with which you can interact through the DS touchscreen and the microphone. There are 4 different versions of the game, each featuring different dog breeds, one with Dachshunds, one with Chihuahuas, one with Labradors, and the last one with Dalmatians. This one version allowed you to play with a Dalmatian right away, which was the hardest breed to unlock in the other versions. The game became a true phenomenon, both in the East and West, and basically everyone was obsessed with Nintendogs. The more I played, the more I wanted a real puppy at home. My parents, however, didn't allow me to get a dog, so I lived my parallel dog life directly on the Nintendo DS. In 2011, Nintendogs Plus Cats was released for the Nintendo 3DS, a true evolution of the original concept. Same adorable puppies, but now with cats added. Unfortunately, I never got to play it. I don't even know why, nobody just ever bought it for me. So I always watched it from afar, like those games you dream about but never really enter your life. Just like the Barbie dream house I always wanted but never had. Let's not talk about it. Do you remember how it worked? You open the game for the first time and boom, you are immediately in the kennel. You had to choose your first puppy. In Nintendogs, you could look at each dog, play with them a little, observe their personality and traits, and then decide which one to adopt. I always ended up choosing either the Chihuahua, the Poodle, the Cocker Spaniel, the Yorkshire, or the Husky. I really couldn't help it. Every time I said, okay, this time I will change breed, I will get another breed. But I still always walked out of the shop with the same breeds. I really liked playful puppies way too much, and it really annoyed me when I saw the calmer ones. I didn't like that. I was a kid and I just wanted to play with my puppies. Once you adopted the dog, the real life of a dog parent began. Just like in real life, they needed all the basic care. Feeding, giving them water, choosing between dry kibble or wet food, and letting them drink water or milk. I don't know why, but I absolutely loved when they drank milk. They were just so cute. They would also get dirty. Sometimes they would get really dirty, and they could even get fleas. Bath time was so cute because you had to choose the right shampoo for your dog's fur. First, you had to check if the fur was long or short. Then go to the store to buy the right shampoo. Then you lather them up and rinsed. The best part was that at first the foam was dark, but as you washed them, it gradually became lighter until it turned white. And at that point, the dog was basically shining because they were super clean. Little sparkling stars even appeared above them, which was so satisfying. And you could really tell that the dog was really happy after their bath. I loved this so much, but time was one of my favorite moments, and I always put so much effort into cleaning my dog. I could spend hours cleaning them. During the bath, you could also brush your puppy, which helped make their fur even cleaner. But where did you buy shampoo, pet care items, and toys? At the pet supply store. In Nintendogs, this was the main shop for all pet items. It was there that you could buy everything. Shampoo, brushes and combs, food and water, toys, frisbees, ropes, accessories, treats, everything. It was one of the main menus in the game. You would enter, choose a category, and buy what you needed, with the money you earned from competitions. But the pet supply store wasn't the only shop. There was the second-hand shop, where you could find sport items, accessories, music, and even food, all at a much lower price. Then there was the interior decorator, the shop where you could buy houses. This one was one of my favorites because the houses were truly beautiful. Everyone, I think, aspired to the coolest house, right? That is, the outer space house. Oh my god, it was amazing. But it cost a lot, like $100,000. Honestly, all the houses were really, really beautiful. There was, for example, the tatami room, a Japanese-style house, which was so nice. I also really liked the Northern European interior with light wood floors, blue walls, and a blue sofa. It was really cute. I mean, it worked, it was nice. But my second favorite, if not my absolute favorite, was definitely the seaside, which was stunning. The one with the sea view and palm trees. Oh god, it was absolutely stunning. I loved it so much. It had those early 2000 tropical vibes, kind of like Frutiger Hero aesthetic. Nothing to say, just look at it. Picture this. A large beach with white sand, tropical vegetation. The skies are always blue and cloudless. The sun warms your puppy's skin. And yours. Oh, this is heaven. This room included a tropical beach where the dogs could play, even though you couldn't actually access the house, like inside the house. The beach was absolutely beautiful, always sunny. I really loved it so much. I don't know if you get it, but I was in love with this. I wish I had this house in real life. And I got really into the vibe, you know. I fully entered the character and the vibes of that interior. And I always made my dogs wear flowers, like hibiscus flowers, tropical flowers, which were actually one of my favorite accessories. But houses cost a lot, right? So how did you make money? You earn money from competitions. There were 3 types of competitions: disc competition, agility trial, and obedience trial. My favorite was definitely the agility trial. I loved running the courses, they were really, really fun. I also had a super strong build dog, I think it was my very first Yorkshire, named Lila. This competition involved guiding your dog through obstacles in the order shown on the map on the top screen. And you had to do it as fast as possible. To train your dog, you could go to the parks and practice as much as you wanted. The faster you were and the fewer mistakes you made, the more points your dog earned and the higher the chance of placing first, second, or third. I remember I almost always won these competitions. I always placed first, and when I placed like third, it was the end. I would get so upset. Then there was the obedience trial, which required using the Nintendo DS microphone. You had to follow commands shown on the screen, and there was also a freestyle performance at the end, where you could perform any command that you wanted. The player had to make the dog execute the right commands, and of course, the better your dog performed, the more points you earned, and the higher your chances of winning. Then there was the disc competition. I didn't really like this one that much. It wasn't my favorite and it wasn't that fun for me. In this game, you threw a frisbee to your dog and they had to catch it. The farther you threw and the better your dog caught it, the more points you got. There was also a bonus. If your dog jumped mid-air to catch the disc, you got an extra point. To train your dog to catch frisbees, you could do it at home or at the park. Speaking of the park, how did you get there? Through walks. One of my favorite things to do. Through walks you could get new items, meet friends, and bring your dog to different places, like the discount shop, the agility park, the park where you could meet other dogs or practice with the disc. There was also a bar showing your dog's stamina, and you could walk as long as the bar allowed. Once it ran out, you had to redo the path or take a shorter route. But the more walks you took, the more stamina increased. And your dog could even poop during walks, and you had to pick it up. Also, along the way, you could find little gifts. I loved finding them. It was the most exciting and motivating part of walks. I used to find really rare items, like the little alien. I don't remember if it was truly rare, but finding it was so cool. I also loved meeting other dogs when they were friendly and cute. Sometimes, though, they would just bark, and I hated that. I would get so mad. Yeah, my emotions were really intense when I was a kid. Another super fun and cute feature of Nintendogs was being able to buy music or find it during walks. And this made your dogs dance. They started dancing when they heard a certain song. You played the song in the background, left it on, and the puppies started to dance. They performed a little routine that depended on which song you put on. There was another song that made them fall asleep and another that made them aggressive. It was a really cute feature, I have to say. So basically, everything you did in Nintendogs revolved around this bond with you and your puppies. You had to feed them, give them water, clean them, bathe them, brush them, but above all, cuddle them and play with them. I remember spending hours taking care of them, watching their movements and expressions, and it almost felt like having a real puppy beside me. It was incredible how attached I could get to a virtual character, to a virtual puppy. Even now, when I think about my Nintendogs puppies, it really feels like I almost had them in real life. I still remember their names, their personalities, the things they were good at. The beauty of Nintendogs was exactly this. It wasn't just a game. It was a little world where you could live a life as a dog parent. Explore, play, train your puppies, take walks, discover items and accessories, and enjoy every little moment with your puppies. In the end, when you turned off the Nintendo DS, you always felt the warm sensation of having spent special time with your puppies. And at least for me, that nostalgia still remains today. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to follow the channel for more content about nostalgia, games we loved, and all those little things that made us happy as kids. See you in the next video.